So ESPN just did the Chicago Bears a huge favor, most notably Ben Johnson. And what I'm talking about is when ESPN recently dropped what they thought was a bombshell last week. It was about Seth Wickersham publishing a new book talking about Caleb Williams and his dad trying to not be drafted by the Bears. You see, it was simple reporting, nothing wrong with that. But it was also grabbed by all the outlets, and I think it was then turned into a way to undermine this whole organization through the media. And you know what? They did Ben Johnson a huge favor. What he got was the public opportunity to show that he completely has his quarterback's back. He even had Caleb stay silent during this first stint of OTAs. Now, granted, Caleb's not going to be silent forever. He will address the media, but Johnson was able to be like, hey man, I've got this. Don't even sweat it. And to Johnson's credit, he hit the storyline head on Wednesday before even being asked about it. Way different than the previous regime under Matt Eberflus. This is directly from Johnson. This is what he said during the presser. And this is without even being prompted. This is without even being asked a single question about this. He just comes out aggressively. It's come to my attention that the quarterback has been out in the media over the last week. And just to get out in front of that a little bit, I just wanted to say I wasn't here last year. So I can't speak too much in terms of what it was like before he got here and when he got here last year. But from my 4 months on the job, he's been outstanding to work with, and we're focused on getting a little better every single day. So what did he do? Once again, he hit it head on, wasn't even asked a question about it, completely controls the narrative. And also, he took the opportunity to signal to Caleb that Ben Johnson will always be on the front line taking bullets for his team. Remember when Eberflus was literally throwing his players under the bus, most notably his quarterback, before his firing? Just think of that Thanksgiving press conference, for example. This is just a huge favor to Ben. This coming out from ESPN, a perfect opportunity early in his tenure to make Caleb and the whole team see what kind of organization this is going to be moving forward. Sorry about that. I have a new puppy in the house. So he immediately turned into exactly what it is. Yesterday's news. So sure, Williams' reservations about joining the Bears in the winter and spring of 2024, it might qualify as yesterday's news in my opinion, but it does have present-day relevance as he works to facilitate a successful reboot under Coach Johnson. So we're looking at first-year head coach Ben Johnson. He previously insisted that his second-year quarterback, Caleb Williams, is very proud. That's what I quote, a member of this organization. And this comes after it was learned that Williams and his family allegedly once again looked into attempting to prevent the Bears from making him the first overall pick of the 2024 draft. And when speaking to reporters, once again, Johnson confirmed that he's addressed the potential controversy with Williams. And this is a little more from him. This is during an interview with Bobby Nonak of the NFL's website. Have we talked about it? Yeah, we talked about it last week after it came out, but he's his own man. He's going to be treated as such. I think we're both really looking forward to turning the page on years prior and focusing on the here and now. So a little more detail here. An ESPN story published on May 15th, it shared that the upcoming book is called American Kings, a biography of the quarterback. It's not specifically about Williams, but it does detail how Williams and his dad, Carl, they were looking at options that could prevent him from being drafted by the Bears. There was a quote of Chicago's where quarterbacks go to die. I'm not going to argue with that. The history has not been good, but it's not a big deal. The ESPN piece also mentioned that Williams changed his mind and then became convinced that, I quote, he could be part of a process to turn this franchise around. And that was after he had his top 30 visit with the Bears at their facility at Alice Hall. So here we go. We're looking at Johnson's ability to build trust and getting full buy-in from Williams. That remains a top priority for the rest of this offseason program, the rest of training camp. I honestly think this is a non-story, but how Johnson addressed that is getting right in front of it, addressing it head on, not allowing his player to be in a situation to get lambasted and prodded by the media, all while the team is trying to install a completely new offense, a completely new culture. Eberflus, what would he have done? He would have skirted around it, given a wishy-washy answer probably, or just have the player address it and just let whatever, dude, just handle it. I love his leadership and just his definitive decision on how to handle it. And he also knows that it's up to him to set the tone. It's up to him to build the trust with his starting quarterback, to build a relationship. And a little more on that. This is directly from Johnson. It starts with developing a rapport and a trust, and that's earned over time. You don't walk in day one and expect that to be achieved. So the more time we spend together, the better. He understands that I have his best interests at heart and vice versa. And this is really good. He's going to go out there and play as well as he possibly can, not just for himself or for me, but for the whole team and the city. That's really what it comes down to. And it's really what it comes down to. So we're very much aligned in terms of what we want to get done. It just takes more time on task in terms of getting on the same page with how we're going to do it. And also you had other team members. You had several defensive players coming out and addressing this, downplaying this storyline as yesterday's news. I'm of that voice as well. But the voice that's really needed eventually is the voice of Caleb Williams. He's going to be at the lectern very soon. I don't know when. It might be maybe when they wrap up mandatory minicamp. In the meantime, I really like what Chicago's doing. They're insulating him from this distraction. Ben Johnson is taking it on head on. He is controlling the narrative here, and he's not going to be bullied by the media, which I just really, really like. And you also have something kind of different happening with this team as well. In the past, last year, Caleb Williams joined the team, and then it's like, you know what? We're going to put Austin Reed there. We're going to put Tyson Bagent there. We're going to put inexperienced quarterbacks around you. We're also going to give you crappy coaching. But at the forefront of this, they gave him just rookie quarterbacks to learn from, to bounce ideas back and forth. This also... This addition of Case Keenum, I'm going to cover this tomorrow, why it's so important. This has also shown a sea change in how the Chicago Bears are doing business. Essentially putting a player who's basically a coach at this point in his career, actually putting a veteran player in to be an extra coach for Caleb Williams. And by doing this, the Chicago Bears can actually skirt the rules just a little bit, which is what smart teams tend to do. There's limited contact during this time between coaches and a quarterback or any player for that matter. They're able to have Case Keenum in on the team. He's able to tutor and help and teach Caleb Williams, go through this playbook with him, and be able to spend way more time with him than a coaching staff would be by the rules be able to do. So just a really sneaky move bringing on Case Keenum. I'm going to cover that tomorrow. You guys bear down. Let me know in the comments, do you think this is a big story or not? Or do you agree with me that this is yesterday's news? I'll talk to you guys soon and see you tomorrow.